Underestimation. In the grand halls of the Galactic Assembly, representatives from a myriad of alien civilizations gathered to discuss the state of affairs across the known universe. Amidst the sea of exotic beings, the human delegation, led by the intrepid diplomat Zora Seleni, stood out in their unassuming attire and modest demeanor. As the assembly commenced, the Zorlak Emperor, Kraxthur, took to the podium, his chidnous exoskeleton gleaming under the luminous orbs illuminating the chamber. Esteemed members of the Galactic Assembly, he began, his multifaceted eyes surveying the crowd, it has come to our attention that the humans of Earth have been making bold claims about their technological advancements and military prowess. A wave of murmurs and chittering laughter rippled through the gathered aliens, their various appendages gesticulating in amusement. The Zigurans, a race of gelatinous beings, quivered in barely contained mirth, while the insectoid Kiltheri clicked their mandibles in derision. Kraxthur continued, his voice dripping with condescension. We have reviewed the reports submitted by our scout ships, and it is clear that the humans are woefully primitive compared to the great civilizations represented here today. Their ships are slow and cumbersome, their weapons antiquated, and their understanding of the cosmos laughably limited. Zara Seleni, her auburn hair tied back in a neat bun and her green eyes sharp with intelligence, stepped forward to address the assembly. With all due respect, Emperor Kraxthur, she began, her voice calm and measured. The reports your scouts have provided may not paint a complete picture of humanity's capabilities. The Zorlak Emperor fixed his compound eyes on Zara, his mandibles twitching in irritation. Ah, the human representative speaks, he sneered. Enlighten us, then, Ms. Solani. What great feats of technology and military might have your people achieved that could possibly compare to the accomplishments of the mighty Zorlak Empire or the brilliant Zigguran Collective? Zara met Kraxthur's gaze unflinchingly, a small smile playing at the corners of her lips. I understand your skepticism, Emperor Kraxthur, she replied diplomatically. Humanity has indeed taken a different path in our development compared to many of the esteemed civilizations gathered here today. However, I assure you that our achievements, while perhaps less flashy or overt, are no less significant. The assembly erupted in guffaws and jeers, the various alien representatives openly mocking the human diplomat's claims. The Kiltheri ambassador, Zixril, raised his iridescent wings in a gesture of dismissal. The humans are clearly delusional, he buzzed. Their primitive ships and weapons pose no threat to any of us. Let them cling to their fantasies of greatness. As the laughter and taunts continued, Zara remained composed, her eyes sweeping over the assembly with quiet confidence. She knew that beneath the veneer of humility and modesty, humanity had been carefully concealing its true capabilities, biding its time until the moment was right to reveal the astonishing technological leaps and military advancements they had achieved in secret. The Galactic Assembly may have underestimated humanity, dismissing them as a primitive backwater species, but Zara knew that they would soon learn the folly of their assumptions. The humans had been watching, learning, and adapting, all while presenting a facade of harmlessness to the galactic community. As the assembly moved on to other matters, Zara retreated to her seat, her mind already racing with the preparations that needed to be made. The Zorlaks, emboldened by the perceived weakness of humanity, were undoubtedly plotting their next move, and Earth needed to be ready. Unbeknownst to the alien civilizations that mocked and derided them, humanity had been forging ahead in secret, developing technologies and weapons that would shock and awe their galactic neighbors. The time for underestimation was coming to an end, and soon the universe would bear witness to the true might and ingenuity of the human race. In the shadows of Earth's military command centers, generals and scientists worked tirelessly, refining the strategies and innovations that would change the course of galactic history. Among them was General Iva Malik, a brilliant tactician and engineer whose groundbreaking work on the classified Titan project promised to revolutionize human warfare and defense. As Zara Solani returned to Earth, her diplomatic mission complete, She carried with her the weight of the galaxy's contempt and the spark of humanity's defiance. The stage was set for a confrontation that would shake the very foundations of the galactic order, and Earth would be ready to meet the challenge head-on. The aliens may have underestimated humanity, but they would soon learn the true meaning of human resilience, determination, and ingenuity. The age of underestimation was drawing to a close, and the era of humanity's ascendance was about to begin. Mounting tensions. In the heart of the Zorlak Empire, Emperor Kraxthur sat upon his obsidian throne, his compound eyes gleaming with malevolent intent. The reports from his scouts had confirmed what he had long suspected. The humans of Earth were weak, their defenses laughable, and their technology primitive. It was time for the Zorlaks to assert their dominance and claim the blue planet for their own. Kraxthur summoned his war council, a gathering of the most ruthless and cunning military minds in the Empire. The Zorlak generals, their exoskeletons adorned with the scars of countless battles, assembled before their emperor, eager to hear his plans for conquest. "The time has come," Kraxthur declared, his voice reverberating through the cavernous throne room. "The humans have grown complacent, believing themselves safe behind their pitiful defenses. We will show them the true might of the Zorlak Empire and crush them beneath our claws." The generals chittered and clicked their approval, their mandibles twitching with anticipation. They had long dreamed of adding Earth to the Empire's growing list of conquered worlds, and now their opportunity had finally arrived. As the Zorlaks mobilized their invasion fleet, the humans of Earth were not idle. General Iva Malik, the brilliant tactician and engineer, had been working tirelessly on the classified Titan project, a secret weapon that promised to change the course of any galactic conflict. Deep beneath the surface of Earth, in hidden research facilities and manufacturing complexes, the Titan project was taking shape. Teams of scientists and engineers worked around the clock, refining the cutting-edge technologies that would give humanity a fighting chance against the Zorlak invasion. General Malik oversaw the project with a keen eye and an unwavering determination. She knew that the fate of Earth and the entire human race rested on the success of the Titan. The pressure was immense, but Ava thrived under such conditions, her brilliant mind constantly seeking new ways to improve and optimize the weapon's capabilities. As the Titan neared completion, Zara Solani, Earth's intrepid diplomat, worked tirelessly to forge alliances with other species who had suffered under the yoke of Zorlak oppression. She traveled from system to system, meeting with the leaders of the Zigurans, the Kiltheri, and countless other alien civilizations, urging them to stand with humanity against the coming invasion. Many were hesitant at first, remembering the dismissive attitude the galactic community had shown towards Earth at the Galactic Assembly. However, Zara's impassioned speeches and the evidence she presented of humanity's secret advancements slowly began to sway opinions. The Zigurans, in particular, were intrigued by the rumors of the Titan project and the potential it held to turn the tide against the Zorlaks. As Zara's diplomatic efforts gained traction, the Zorlak invasion fleet drew ever closer to Earth. The skies above the blue planet became increasingly crowded with alien ships, their hulls bristling with weapons, and their crews hungry for conquest. On Earth, the population watched the approaching invasion with a mixture of fear and determination. They had long known that this day would come, and they had prepared as best they could. The Titan project remained a closely guarded secret, known only to a select few, but its existence gave the people of Earth a glimmer of hope in the face of overwhelming odds. In the command center of Earth's defense forces, General Malik stood before a holographic display of the approaching Zorlak fleet. Her eyes narrowed as she studied the enemy's formations and tactics, her mind already formulating strategies and contingencies. Beside her, Zara Solani watched the display with a grim expression. "They underestimated us," she said quietly. "They thought we were weak, primitive, and helpless." General Malik nodded, a fierce determination burning in her eyes. "They were wrong," she replied, her voice filled with quiet conviction. "We have been preparing for this moment for years, and we will not go down without a fight. The Titan will see to that. As the Zorlak fleet entered Earth's solar system, the final preparations for the defense of humanity were put into motion. The Titan, Earth's secret weapon, was ready to be unveiled, and the stage was set for a battle that would determine the fate of not only Earth, but the entire galactic balance of power. The tensions had reached a breaking point, and the time for underestimation and dismissal was over. The humans of Earth would stand united, ready to face the Zorlak invasion head-on, and prove to the galaxy that they were a force to be reckoned with. The age of human ascendancy had begun, and the universe would never be the same again. The Titan revealed. As the Zorlak invasion fleet entered Earth's solar system, the tension on the blue planet reached a fever pitch. The skies above Earth's major cities were filled with the ominous shapes of alien ships, their weapons primed and ready for conquest. The people of Earth watched in fear and trepidation, wondering if their defenses would be enough to repel the seemingly unstoppable Zorlak onslaught. In the command center of Earth's defense forces, General Ava Malik stood tall and resolute, her eyes fixed on the holographic display of the approaching enemy fleet. Beside her, the leaders of Earth's military and scientific communities gathered, their faces etched with a mixture of determination and anxiety. As the Zorlaks moved into position, their ships casting menacing shadows across the face of the Earth, General Malik gave the order that would change the course of history. "Initiate Titan Protocol," she commanded, her voice steady and clear. Deep beneath the surface of the Earth, in a secret facility hidden from prying eyes, the Titan project sprang to life. The massive hangar doors slowly parted, revealing a sight that would have struck fear into the hearts of even the most battle-hardened Zorlak warriors. Rising from the depths of the facility was the Titan itself, a colossal warship unlike anything the galaxy had ever seen. Its sleek, black hull seemed to absorb the very light around it, while its angular contours and bristling weapons arrays spoke of a level of technological advancement far beyond anything the Zorlaks had anticipated. As the Titan emerged from its underground berth, the people of Earth watched in awe and wonder. The sight of the mighty warship filled them with a renewed sense of hope and determination, a tangible symbol of humanity's resilience and ingenuity in the face of overwhelming odds. The Zorlaks, confident in their superiority and dismissive of human capabilities, were caught completely off guard by the sudden appearance of the Titan. Their sensor arrays struggled to comprehend the advanced stealth technologies that had kept the warship hidden from their scans, while their tactical analysts scrambled to assess the capabilities of this unexpected adversary. As the Titan took up position in Earth's orbit, its weapon systems humming with barely restrained power, General Malik opened a communication channel to the Zorlak flagship. "Emperor Krax-Thur," she addressed the Zorlak leader, her voice filled with quiet determination. "You have come to our world seeking conquest and subjugation. You believed us to be weak, primitive, and helpless. But you were wrong. We are the people of Earth, and we will not bow to your tyranny." On the bridge of the Zorlak flagship, Emperor Krax-Thur seethed with rage and disbelief. The sudden appearance of the Titan had thrown his carefully laid plans into disarray, and the defiant words of the human general only served to fuel his anger. "You dare to defy the might of the Zorlak Empire," he snarled, his mandibles twitching with barely contained fury. "Your pitiful ship is no match for our fleet. We will crush you and claim your world as our own." With those words, the Zorlak fleet opened fire, their weapons raining down upon the Titan in a fierce barrage of energy beams and missile salvos. The human warship, however, was more than ready for the assault. Its advanced defensive systems sprang into action, deflecting and absorbing the incoming fire with ease, while its own weapons arrays locked onto the Zorlak ships with deadly precision. What followed was a battle that would be remembered for generations to come. The Titan, a marvel of human ingenuity and determination, danced through the Zorlak formations, its cutting-edge weapons slicing through the enemy ships like a hot knife through butter. The Zorlaks, caught off guard by the warship's remarkable speed and agility, struggled to mount an effective defense against the onslaught. As the battle raged in the skies above Earth, Zara Solani watched from the command center, her heart swelling with pride and hope. The Titan was more than just a warship. It was a symbol of humanity's unyielding spirit and the lengths they would go to protect their home and their way of life. The Zorlak fleet, battered and broken by the Titan's relentless assault, began to falter and retreat. Emperor Kraxthur, his dreams of conquest shattered and his fleet in disarray, could only watch in disbelief as the human warship systematically dismantled his once mighty armada. As the last of the Zorlak ships fled from Earth's orbit, their hulls bearing the scars of the Titan's fury, a cheer erupted from the command center and across the blue planet. Against all odds, humanity had emerged victorious, their secret weapon proving to be more than a match for the Zorlak invasion fleet. The Titan, its black hull gleaming in the light of Earth's sun, stood as a testament to human resilience and the power of innovation in the face of adversity. The galaxy would never again underestimate the capabilities of the people of Earth, for they had shown that they were a force to be reckoned with, ready to defend their home and their way of life against any threat that dared to challenge them. As the people of Earth celebrated their victory and the Titan took up its watchful vigil over the blue planet, General Iva Malik and Zara Soleni knew that this was only the beginning. The Zorlaks, though defeated, would not rest until they had avenged their humiliation, and other alien civilizations would undoubtedly take notice of humanity's newfound strength. But for now, in this moment of triumph, the people of Earth could bask in the knowledge that they had defied the odds and proven themselves worthy of a place among the stars. The age of human ascendancy had begun, and the universe would never be the same again. Turning the tide. In the aftermath of the Titan's triumphant defense of Earth, the galactic stage was set for a dramatic shift in power and alliances. The Zorlak Empire, once thought to be invincible, had been dealt a devastating blow, their mighty fleet scattered and their reputation as the galaxy's most feared conquerors shattered. Zara Solani, Earth's intrepid diplomat, wasted no time in capitalizing on this newfound respect for human capabilities. She reached out to the civilizations that had long suffered under the yoke of Zorlak oppression, urging them to seize this opportunity to forge a coalition against their common enemy. The Zigurans, the Kilthuri, and countless other alien species, once dismissive of humanity's potential, now looked upon Earth with a mix of awe and trepidation. They had witnessed firsthand the power of human ingenuity and determination, embodied in the awe-inspiring form of the Titan warship. As Zora's diplomatic efforts gained traction, more and more civilizations flocked to Earth's banner, eager to align themselves with this rising power in the galaxy. The halls of the Galactic Assembly, once filled with mocking laughter and derision towards humanity, now echoed with whispers of respect and admiration. On Earth, the victory against the Zorlaks had ignited a newfound sense of unity and purpose among the human race. The revelation of the Titan project and the incredible technological advancements it represented sparked a wave of innovation and creativity across the planet. In the military sphere, General Iva Malik and her team worked tirelessly to refine and expand upon the technologies that had proven so effective against the Zorlaks. The Titan warship, once a closely guarded secret, became the template for a new fleet of advanced human vessels, each one a testament to the boundless potential of human ingenuity. As Earth's forces grew in strength and numbers, they began to take a more active role in the galactic stage. Human ships, armed with cutting-edge weapons and defensive systems, patrolled the spaceways, providing protection and support to their newfound allies. The Zorlaks, reeling from their devastating defeat, retreated to their home systems to lick their wounds and regroup. Emperor Kraxthur, his pride wounded and his ambitions thwarted, seethed with rage and plotted his revenge against the upstart humans who had dared to defy him. In the Zorlak war councils, the Emperor's generals and advisors debated their next move. Some advocated for a swift and brutal counterattack, seeking to crush humanity before they could further consolidate their power. Others, more cautious, urged a more measured approach, recognizing the need to gather intelligence and develop new strategies to counter the Titan and its kin. As the Zorlaks schemed and plotted, Earth and its allies continued to push forward, their confidence and determination growing with each passing day. Human ingenuity was on full display as Earth scientists and engineers developed new technologies and tactics to bolster their defenses and expand their reach. In the depths of space, human exploration vessels ventured forth, seeking out new worlds and civilizations to bring into the fold. The galaxy, once a vast and daunting expanse, now seemed ripe with possibilities and opportunities for a species that had long been underestimated and dismissed. Zara Solani, her diplomatic skills honed by countless negotiations and alliances, became the face of humanity's new role in the galactic community. Her words carried weight, and her counsel was sought by leaders and diplomats from across the stars. As the tide of galactic power continued to turn in humanity's favor, the Zorlaks grew increasingly desperate. Emperor Kraxthur, his once unassailable confidence shaken by the humiliation of defeat, became more erratic and unpredictable in his decision-making. The stage was set for a final confrontation between the rising power of Earth and its allies and the wounded pride of the Zorlak Empire. The galaxy held its breath, waiting to see which side would emerge victorious in this clash of wills and technological might. On Earth, General Eva Malik and her team prepared for the inevitable Zorlak counterattack, their resolve unwavering in the face of the challenges ahead. They knew that the road to a lasting peace would be long and difficult, but they were ready to face whatever the galaxy threw at them. As the human fleet mustered and the Titan warship stood ready to defend its homeworld once more, the people of Earth looked to the stars with a newfound sense of purpose and destiny. They had proven themselves to be more than the primitive backward species the galaxy had once believed them to be. They were the inheritors of a proud legacy of resilience, determination, and ingenuity, ready to take their place among the great civilizations of the cosmos. The tide had turned, and the future of the galaxy would be shaped by the choices and actions of the remarkable species known as humanity. The age of human ascendancy was upon them, and they would not rest until the promise of a brighter tomorrow was secured for all the peoples of the stars. The Zorlak Gambit. In the shadowed halls of the Zorlak Imperial Palace, Emperor Kraxthur brooded over his defeat at the hands of the humans and their accursed Titan warship. The once mighty ruler, his pride shattered and his dreams of conquest in ruins, seethed with a rage that burned hotter than 1,000 suns. As his generals and advisors cowered before him, Kraxthur's compound eyes gleamed with a malevolent light. He had underestimated the humans once, dismissing them as primitive and weak. He would not make that mistake again. With a chitinous claw, the Emperor gestured to a holographic display of Earth, the blue planet that had become the bane of his existence. "We will strike at the heart of their power," he hissed, his mandibles twitching with barely contained fury. "We will teach these upstart humans the true meaning of fear and subjugation." The Zorlak War Council, their exoskeletons adorned with the scars of countless battles, leaned forward in eager anticipation. They had long thirsted for revenge against the species that had humiliated them, and now their emperor was offering them a chance to redeem themselves in the eyes of the galaxy. Kraxthur's plan was as audacious as it was brutal. The Zorlaks would launch a surprise attack on Earth itself, bypassing the human fleet and the watchful eyes of the Titan warship. They would strike at the very heart of human civilization, sowing chaos and destruction in the streets and skies of Earth's great cities. To accomplish this feat, the Emperor had assembled a strike force of his most elite warriors, each one a veteran of countless campaigns and a master of the art of stealth and infiltration. These chosen few would be the vanguard of the Zorlak invasion, the spearhead that would pierce the heart of humanity and bring the species to its knees. As the strike force prepared for their mission, the rest of the Zorlak fleet massed on the edges of human space, ready to pounce at a moment's notice. The Emperor's flagship, a behemoth of a vessel bristling with the most advanced weapons the Zorlaks could muster, hung in the void like a predator waiting to strike. On Earth, life continued as normal, the people blissfully unaware of the impending danger. In the halls of power, Zara Solani, and General Ava Malik worked tirelessly to strengthen the bonds between Earth and its newfound allies, while the Titan warship and its brethren stood watchful guard over the planet. But even the most vigilant of defenders could not be everywhere at once. As the Zorlak strike force slipped past Earth's defenses, their cloaked ships invisible to all but the most advanced sensors, the stage was set for a confrontation that would shake the very foundations of human civilization. In the dead of night, the Zorlak struck. Dropships filled with heavily armed warriors descended upon Earth's major cities, their weapons fitting death and destruction as they carved a path of carnage through the streets. Panic and chaos reigned as the people of Earth, caught off guard by the sudden onslaught, scrambled to mount a defense against the invaders. In the command center of Earth's defense forces, General Malik watched in horror as reports of the Zorlak attack flooded in from across the planet. The Titan warship, caught on the other side of the globe, raced to respond to the threat. But the distance was too great. By the time it arrived, the damage would already be done. As the streets of Earth's cities became battlegrounds, a desperate plan began to take shape in the mind of General Malik. If the Zorlaks could not be stopped on the ground, then perhaps they could be defeated in the very heart of their power. With a heavy heart, Ava assembled a strike team of her own, the best and brightest of Earth's warriors and technicians. Their mission was simple but daring: to infiltrate the Zorlak flagship in orbit and disable its command systems from within. As the strike team boarded a cloaked shuttle and rocketed towards the waiting Zorlak fleet, Zara Solani watched from the command center, her heart heavy with the knowledge of the sacrifices that would be required in the battles to come. On the streets of Earth, the fighting raged on, human defenders pitted against the most elite of the Zorlak warriors. In the skies above, the Titan warship and its brethren clashed with the Zorlak fleet. The void lit up with the fire of 1,000 suns as the two sides fought for supremacy. And in the heart of the Zorlak flagship, General Malik and her team fought their way through the ship's defenses, their weapons blazing as they carved a path towards the command center and the waiting Emperor. The fate of Earth and the galaxy hung in the balance, as the forces of humanity and the Zorlak Empire clashed in a battle that would echo through the ages. The Zorlak gambit had been sprung, and now it was up to the courage and determination of Earth's defenders to see it undone. In the chaos and fury of the battle, one thing was certain: the age of human ascendancy would be forged in the crucible of war, and the galaxy would never be the same again. Triumph and sacrifice. In the heart of the Zorlak flagship, General Ava Malik and her strike team fought like demons possessed, their weapons blazing as they carved a path through the ship's defenses. The cramped corridors of the alien vessel rang with the sound of battle, the air thick with the stench of blood and ionized plasma. But even as they pushed deeper into the ship, the cost of their advance began to mount. One by one, the members of Ava's team fell, their lives given in service to a cause greater than themselves. Each death was a blow to the general's heart, a reminder of the terrible price that victory would demand. As the strike team battled their way towards the command center, Zara Solani watched from the command center on Earth, her heart in her throat as she witnessed the brutal toll of the fighting. The streets of Earth's cities had become war zones, the once peaceful boulevards and parks transformed into charnel houses as human defenders clashed with Zorlak invaders. But even in the midst of the carnage, there were moments of hope and triumph. In the skies above Earth, the Titan warship and its brethren fought with a fury that belied their mechanical nature, their weapons tearing through the Zorlak fleet with devastating precision. The alien ships, once thought invincible, fell before the onslaught like leaves before a hurricane. On the ground, the people of Earth rallied to the defense of their cities, their courage and determination a match for even the most battle-hardened Zorlak warriors. In the face of overwhelming odds, they stood their ground, fighting with a ferocity that stunned their alien foes. As the battle raged on, the tide began to turn in favor of the humans. The Zorlak invaders, their numbers thinned and their resolve shaken, began to falter in the face of the relentless human assault. In the streets and skies of Earth, the once unstoppable Zorlak war machine found itself being pushed back, its dreams of conquest shattered by the indomitable will of the human spirit. In the heart of the Zorlak flagship, General Malik and her team finally reached the command center, their weapons at the ready as they prepared for the final confrontation with Emperor Kraxthur himself. The Emperor, his compound eyes blazing with hatred and fear, stood before them, his claws twitching as he prepared to defend his ship to the last. But even as the Emperor fought with the desperate strength of a cornered beast, he was no match for the skill and determination of Eva and her team. In a final brutal clash, the general and her warriors emerged victorious, the Emperor's broken body lying at their feet. With the Emperor defeated and the command systems of the flagship disabled, the Zorlak fleet began to falter and retreat. In the skies above Earth, the Titan warship and its brethren pressed their advantage, driving the alien ships back into the void from whence they had come. In the heart of the Zorlak flagship, General Malik and her team finally reached the command center, their weapons at the ready as they prepared for the final confrontation with Emperor Kraxthur himself. The Emperor, his compound eyes blazing with hatred and fear, stood before them, his claws twitching as he prepared to defend his ship to the last. But even as the Emperor fought with the desperate strength of a cornered beast, he was no match for the skill and determination of Eva and her team. In a final brutal clash, the general and her warriors emerged victorious, the Emperor's broken body lying at their feet. With the Emperor defeated and the command systems of the flagship disabled, the Zorlak fleet began to falter and retreat. In the skies above Earth, the Titan warship and its brethren pressed their advantage, driving the alien ships back into the void from whence they had come. A new era. In the aftermath of the Zorlak invasion and the triumphant defense of Earth, the galaxy found itself at a crossroads. The old order, built upon the assumption of human weakness and irrelevance, had been shattered beyond repair. In its place, a new paradigm was emerging, one in which the people of Earth and their allies stood as equals among the great powers of the cosmos. Zara Solani, her diplomatic skills honed by the fires of war, took the lead in shaping this new galactic order. With a deft touch and an unwavering commitment to justice and cooperation, she worked tirelessly to build bridges between Earth and its newfound allies, forging a network of mutual support and understanding that would stand the test of time. Under Zara's guidance, the Galactic Assembly, once a bastion of mockery and disdain towards humanity, became a forum for true dialogue and collaboration. Species that had once looked upon Earth with contempt now sought the counsel and friendship of the human race, recognizing in them a kindred spirit of resilience and determination. On Earth itself, the process of rebuilding and healing began in earnest. The scars of the Zorlak invasion, both physical and emotional, would take time to heal, but the people of Earth faced the challenge with the same unyielding spirit that had carried them through the darkest days of the war. In the cities and towns that had been ravaged by the fighting, monuments and memorials began to rise, testaments to the courage and sacrifice of those who had given their lives in defense of their home and their way of life. The names of the fallen, etched in stone and steel, would forever be remembered as the heroes who had stood against the darkness and emerged victorious. As the weeks and months passed, Earth and its allies began to look to the future with a renewed sense of purpose and unity. The technologies and innovations that had been born in the crucible of war were turned towards the pursuits of peace and progress, unlocking new frontiers of discovery and understanding. Under the leadership of General Iva Malik, Earth's military underwent a transformation, evolving from a reactive force into a proactive guardian of the peace. The Titan warship and its brethren became symbols of Earth's commitment to the defense of the innocent and the oppressed, a shining beacon of hope in a galaxy that had known too much darkness. As Earth stepped forward into its new role as a defender of justice and a champion of the downtrodden, the galaxy began to change in ways both subtle and profound. Species that had once been bitter rivals found common ground in their shared values and their respect for the human race. Ancient conflicts, once thought intractable, began to give way to new possibilities for peace and cooperation. And through it all, the people of Earth remained true to the ideals that had carried them through the darkest of times. They had learned, through blood and sacrifice, that true strength lay not in the ability to conquer and dominate, but in the willingness to stand together in the face of adversity and to fight for what was right. As the years turned into decades, Earth and its allies became a shining example of what could be achieved when species worked together in the pursuit of a common good. The galaxy, once a place of strife and division, began to move towards a new era of unity and purpose, guided by the wisdom and compassion of the human race. And though the road ahead would be long and the challenges many, the people of Earth knew that they would face whatever the future held with the same courage and determination that had carried them through the darkest of times. They had proven themselves to be a species of warriors and dreamers, of heroes and visionaries, and they would not rest until the promise of a brighter tomorrow was secured for all the peoples of the stars. As the Titan warship and its brethren stood watch over the galaxy, a silent guardian of the peace, the people of Earth looked to the stars with hope and wonder, knowing that they had earned their place among the great civilizations of the cosmos. The age of human ascendancy had begun, and the galaxy would never be the same again. And so, as the story of Earth's rise to greatness passed into legend, the people of the galaxy looked back upon the events of those fateful years with awe and reverence, knowing that they had witnessed the birth of a new era, one in which the courage and spirit of humanity would forever be remembered as the light that had guided the cosmos out of the darkness and into a brighter future.